name's Alyssa Zimmerman, and this is my persuasive speech on organ donation. Don't think of organ donation as giving up part of yourself to keep a total stranger alive. It's really a total stranger giving up almost all of themselves to keep a part of you alive. Author unknown. According to Optum, Organ Procurement and Transplantation Network, there are 113,977 patients waiting on the list that are waiting for a life-saving organ. 72,736 are actively waiting on a transplant list. These people could be your mom, your dad, your brother, sister, aunt, uncle, or even your best friend. I work at the University of Iowa Kidney and Liver Transplant Center, and we deal with deceased donors and helpful living donors. I have referenced donatelife.net, organdonor.gov, and optumtransplant.hrsa.gov, and these websites are very helpful with donor information. Today, I will explain why it's so important to become an organ donor. First, I will go through the shortage of organ donors, how to become an organ donor, and the benefits for those that are in need. First, I will tell you the high demand of organ shortages in the United States. According to Optum, they state 72,736 patients are actively waiting on the transplant list. I don't think people know that with one person willing to donate their body, they can save up to 8 people's lives, and by giving them their organs or tissues. The need is very real. Although about 79 people receive organ transplants, 18 people die each day waiting for transplants that can't take place because of the shortage of donated organs, according to organdonor.gov. The supply does not meet the demand for something very simple to give. More than 100,000 men, women, and children currently need life-saving organ transplants. Every 10 minutes, another name is added to the National Organ Transplant waiting list. An average of 18 people die each day from the lack of available organs for a transplant. In 2011, there were 8,127 deceased organ donors and 6,017 living organ donors, resulting in 28,535 organ transplants. Last year, more than 42,000 grafts were made available for transplant by eye banks within the United States. According to research, 98,000 of all adults have heard about organ donation, and 86% have heard of tissue donation. 90% of Americans say they support donation, but only 30% know the essential steps to be a donor, according to donatelife.net. How to be an organ donor? Organ and tissue donation transplantation provide a second chance at life for thousands of people each year. I polled my classmates, and 4 out of 5 stated that they would be organ transplant donors or that they are. The other person said it's not something for her, but she respects it. You can become an organ donor by designating your decision on your driver's license. Tell your family about your donation decision. Tell a physician, faith leaders, and friends. And include donation in your advance directives, will, and living will. You have the opportunity to be one of the individuals who make these miracles happen. By deciding to be a donor, you give the gift of hope. Hope for the thousands of individuals awaiting organ transplantations, and hope for millions. The most important thing to do is register as an organ donor and a tissue donor. Anyone, regardless of age or medical history, can sign up to be a donor. Most major religions in the United States support organ donation and consider donation as the final act of love and generosity towards others. And there is no cost to donors and their families for organ and tissue donation. organdonor.gov. By signing up with the Iowa Donor Network, changing your living will, or designating yes on your state driver's license, you can save lives and be an organ donor. I have designated yes on my driver's license and also have registered on the Organ Donor website. Finally, I will explain to you how being an organ donor benefits those in need. When you tell your family or put it in your living will that you want to donate your organs or tissues, you'll be saving lives. It may not be your blood relative, but just think you're saving someone else's family member. There are a handful of donors that want to donate their kidneys to someone that they don't even know. Could this be you? We had an the street and said he wanted to give his kidney to someone on the transplant list. You can designate who you want to give your kidney to, or liver, or any organs. We did our first ABO incompatible transplant last year, and they both are doing very well. Give the gift that keeps on giving. In conclusion, with a shortage of organ donors, stop and think. You can be an organ donor and think how giving your organs to someone can improve someone's quality of life, or even save a life. Are you an organ donor? Why not? Here's a list of websites that is very helpful for you to go on and figure out how you can be an organ donor. It walks you through all of the steps that you need to do. And here's the phone number for Donate Life that you can also call that you can register to be an organ donor. And finally, I thought this was funny. Don't forget to become an organ donor. Taz's favorite foods are human kidneys and livers.